In our final scene, we watch Wren and her co-op coordinator Erica discuss their action plan going forward. Erica, with Wren's permission, has discussed her concerns with a colleague that's familiar with the employer. The two share their ideas to include Wren's vision to work towards a positive outcome and use Wren's experience to enhance future co-op work terms.
Hi Wren, thanks very much for making some time to come in and see me today. That's great, it worked out for your work schedule that you're able to swing by the office.
Yeah, I'm glad to be able to pop in and have a chat.
Yeah. So the reason that I asked you to come in is once I saw kind of how long and the details that were in that email that we were going to write together, I felt like we needed to kind of loop some more people in. And so I've talked to my colleague. He's the person that is most familiar with Cormorant. So he has a relationship with the employer kind of similar to like how I have a relationship with you where I like helped you get your resume and cover letter ready to be able to apply for the job. Mm-hmm. And so we are like a little bit worried. This is the first time that Cormorant has hired an Indigenous student, and it's I'm glad that it's early enough in the term that we'll be able to have some conversations with them. Like it's not too late to be able to like save things and kind of do a course correction. But I think if you're okay with either me and you or Leo, me and you sitting down with Cormorant and talking about some of our concerns, then hopefully that we can make some adjustments and you can have a positive experience. I think my next step is going to be to work together with Leo. So that's the person that would normally be emailing Cormorant. And we will work together to send an email to your supervisor to figure out a good time that we could all meet. If we could like wave a magic wand and go back in time, is there anything that you wish had happened differently?
Yeah, I guess it's just like I feel that the process of like informed consent, like when coming into the communities and doing proper protocol, like in the traditional way, you know, like when you come and you create relations and you introduce yourself to each other and you learn about each other's families, and then you like you ask permission to do that, as opposed to just like this role that was just created without properly consulting like the peoples who I'm going to go work with, you know, like yeah. So I think that probably has been like a big point of contention, and I think that if we were to start it out in the right way, that there would be like better discussions before even the constructs of the role were created, and then like going into the band office, like I feel like I'm taking up like other people's space and like they weren't asked about it, you know, and it just feels like a very colonial approach, and that if we like integrate like protocol and like proper consultation, that we probably could have like not had these issues, or at least had less of them. Mm-hmm. So,
and for sure, like the co-op office could have that conversation with the company before we even allow students to apply for the job, right? Just make sure that they have a plan in place to help you be able to work with the community that you're going to be working with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you think that if we talked sooner in the work term, that things could have been, you know, that you would be feeling more positive now?
I think so, yeah, because like the fact that there's like the pressures of these timelines and like me having to complete it properly means that there's like it's further costing the budget. So there's like more costs because we have to press these deadlines, and then like so if there were like clearer like steps and like responsibilities and like more support in like the information that I needed to be able to like complete these tasks, then you know all of these extra things could have like helped that relation with the people, but also like in my role to be able to do it properly. So like yeah, mm-hmm. like clearer like job descriptions and like what their responsibilities are and like qualifications, because like a lot of this stuff, like I've never done this job before. Like this isn't, I'm not a contractor, you know? Mm-hmm. Like
Thanks very much for taking the time to come and meet and sort of go over, it's a work in progress here in co-op, and I really appreciate the feedback that you've given us, because we need to be able to support employers to make sure that they're setting students up to be really successful.